Why is it hard to find a lawyer to take your personal injury case? Hi, I'm Tom Friedman. I'm a lawyer in Nevada, and there's usually a few reasons why it's hard for you to get a lawyer to take your case. This assumes you live in a city somewhere where there's multiple lawyers around. If you live way out in a mountain with no lawyers, then that's probably why. But generally, those folks that live in suburb cities where there are multiple lawyers around will have difficulty in three types of instances. The first type of instance means that your claim is not a recognized cause of action. And what that means in regular language is this: if you are hurt by somebody's insults and bad words and you have injured feelings, even though that might be devastating to you, the law doesn't recognize that as something that you can recover money for. So if your claim is not something that the state you're in recognizes as a cause of action or as a claim, then a lawyer would not take your case, because if he filed a lawsuit in the court, then the other person would bring a motion to dismiss it and the lawsuit would be dismissed. So it's just a waste of everybody's time. So if your claim is not something recognized in the state you're in, then the lawyer's not going to want to take your case. The other time a lawyer is probably not going to want to take your case is if your damages are very low. Now, somebody else could be completely at fault. Maybe there's a horrible car accident. The other person rear-ended you. It was a terrible accident. Your car's destroyed. It was clearly the other person's fault, but your car saved you, and you came out with maybe a little cut on your arm, and you went to a clinic and you got it taken care of, and you have maybe a couple $100 for an x-ray and a band-aid, and that's it, and you're 100%. Well, a lawyer might not be interested in that case, because even though there's a hard accident, even though that the other person's clearly at fault, your damages will be very low. And so a lawyer may not want to spend hours and hours and hours just to recover a contingency of a very small number. And so that may be why the lawyer doesn't want to take your case, because it just doesn't have that much value to it. And then the third time a lawyer may not want to take your case is if there's a very low probability of winning. And in this particular case, the damages might be very, very large. The injuries might be very, very large. But in order to get to damages, first you have to prove liability, that is somebody else's negligence, someone else's fault that resulted in your injuries. And if it looks like it'll be very hard to prove that somebody else is at fault, the lawyers may not want to take the case, because cases like that are extremely hard. The other side's going to fight very, very much to try to show that, hey, it's not their fault. And if your lawyer loses, then the lawyer spent, thousands of dollars possibly on experts and hundreds of hours in time going through trial, and at the end of the day gets zero. So if a lawyer thinks that there's a very low probability of winning, it's likely they're not going to take your case. So if you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call, drop me an email. Thanks very much for watching.